Hi, I'm Dr. Suzanne Ross. I'm the Acting Associate Head for Queen Margaret Business School. So your Events and Festivals Management Programme sits within the business school. So I thought probably best for me to do is just give you a bit of an overview of the programme. I'm not going to run you through lots and lots of slides, so it's not going to be death by PowerPoint. I thought it's probably more beneficial if we give you, opportunities to ask specific questions that you might have at this stage, that will help you decide what to do with your offer. So generally, I suppose, in terms of events and festivals management, there's no better place really for you to study this events and festivals management, being in the heart of Edinburgh. So there's lots and lots of massive events that take place on a worldwide scale. We've got the Fringe and the Edinburgh International Tattoo, and there's lots of opportunities to get exposure to people who are involved within like Events Scotland, Historic Scotland, and the Edinburgh International Conference Centre. So, part of the programme is about bringing in, industry experts to actually speak to you, to give their experience about the programme, the events industry, and to kind of learn some of the practical skills that is involved in actually managing a large scale event or festival. So in terms of your programme, you will do a mix of events specific modules, but you also do a range of management type modules. So you'll have the basics, in terms of um, finance and accounting, human resource management, marketing. So all the kind of key elements that you really need to give yourself a good underpinning of managing these kind of events or large scale festivals as well. And there's practical opportunities throughout the programme, in years 1 to 4. So whenever you're joining the programme, there'll be opportunities for you to actually apply practical skills and kind of learn more and get more exposure working with live and real world projects and relevant stakeholders within the sector as well. So, it's really important, kind of a key fundamental for the events and festival management programme is that focus on employability, and it's not about the theoretical aspects. It's about that balance between the theory but also giving you exposure to upskilling, learning transferable skills as well that will help you make you industry ready when you graduate from your degree. In terms of, I can answer specific questions about the programme content, but I'll just talk about the experiences that you'll be exposed to, whether you come in at year 1 to year 4. So in year 1, it's very much about setting that foundation for your degree. So you'll learn the kind of foundation modules in terms of your marketing, your finance and accounting, what is events management, what's events destinations, tourism. So there'll be an introduction to a wide range of really interesting modules, and one of the new modules this year is about events and well-being as well. So well-being is such a kind of topical kind of concern at the moment, and it's really important that we help you understand kind of key elements that are involved with the link between well-being and events. But you'll also get exposure to like mentoring opportunities. There'll be live events. You'll run your own live event in year 2. That accumulation happens at the end of semester 2 and year 2, and there's a big build up in semester 1 where you plan your event, you deal with kind of doing some risk assessments and stuff. So there's some really, really interesting events that actually take place, and that we have the opportunity to actually go and see the students in their live event. And in third year, you'll do an employability module. So again, that's working with some experts in the field who'll come in, present, an issue that they're facing, and you'll work together to kind of find some particular solutions that might be helpful to deal with those. And then you've got your placement as well, which takes place in the summer between years 3 and 4. So I guess that just gives you an overview, but you probably are aware of some of the kind of content. So first question we've got is from Bryony. So will the modules adapt to look at events in the COVID era? For example, case studies on how the festivals cancelled this August are adapting. Absolutely. I mean, we cannot get around the situation that's happening at the moment, and it's having an impact on the events sector, particularly, in terms of tourism, and also, in terms of events that are being cancelled whether that's music festivals or, you know, the Fringe and so on. So you absolutely, that will be at the forefront of some of the materials that you'll be covering. And some of your staff who teach on the events and festivals management, they're, you know, really at the kind of forefront of the research in this field as well. So, and I know that some of them are currently looking at diary research at the moment. So, you know, absolutely it will be covered, and it'll be looking at how do the festivals or the organisations actually adapt to the current situation. And even then, I guess if social distancing is still in place, they're going to have to look at how the events and the festival sector are really adapting to implementing social distancing restrictions as well. Yuri, what makes QMU better than other universities to study events management? Ooh, now you're putting me on the spot. I get, well, obviously, I can just talk about it from my perspective. I think coming to Queen Margaret University, you know, we're a smaller university, and I think that really has value, and I think that tends to be a huge motivation in terms of why students come to study at Queen Margaret University. You know, one of the best things about my job is I actually get to see students from years 1 to 4, and you see that kind of personal and academic development. And, you know, there's nothing better than I love graduation, because I see everyone going on the stage in their robes, you know, they're all nice and dressed, and you know, you really get a kind of share in that sense of achievement, and you feel really proud when you see these students having achieved so much at the end of their academic journey, you know. And that's really part of being at QMU, is you'll develop some really good relationships with the staff that you're being taught with. So I would definitely say that that's one of the key kind of factors for what makes QMU better in terms of other universities. We're smaller, we care, we're really supportive. You'll get a lot of support in terms of academic development. We have, you know, fantastic support from Effective Learning Services. We also have a lecturer within the division who is a little academic development guru. So he will, you know, read your drafts of work. He'll, he'll really give you a lot of support in terms of ensuring that you can push yourself to the best that you possibly can be. So in terms of the support, the size, the opportunities for you actually to, you know, develop some really good relationships, and you are, as a person, matter to us. So you're not a number in terms of like a big, huge cohort. You know, you'll join our events and festivals management tends to be about 30 students per year, you know, increasing as you go to years 2 and 3 with more direct entrants that come in. So, you know, you'll get some really good kind of integrate with other students and get to know the staff as well. So hope that answered your question. So Brian, are online events something that is covered? Yes, so that will be covered in terms of different types of events. So it's not just in terms of running events as well that are covered in the programme. It's really important to consider the kind of legacy of an event, you know, that's left at the end of. So think about the Commonwealth Games, which happened, you know, in Glasgow. It's all about that legacy and what impact that has on the local community and the effect there. So you'll look at a lot of aspects, not just about the specific running or managing an event or a festival. It's about looking at the kind of community impact, the social aspect as well. So there are lots and lots of different types of events will be covered, whether that's conferences, music, festivals, cultural events, or online events as well. Billy is asking about, are contingency plans included in the course? I guess if you're relating to the current situation in terms of looking at how plans change, you know, there is that kind of reactive approach that's taken to management as well. So it's about thinking about your plan B. So it's not all that, you know, everything will be executed perfectly from start to finish. You know, whether you're looking at this within an events and festivals management degree, or whether you're looking at it within a general business management degree, you know, contingency planning is important, because, you know, it's about reacting, adapting to change, and adapting to kind of different situations that come along as well. So it's not specifically in the content, but it well, as in terms of a learning outcome of a module or a specific module relating to contingency planning, but it is something that is really fundamental to any planning and project management. So when you're doing your, you know, your live event, production module in second year, you know, that first semester is all about planning, doing a risk assessment, what likely would be the outcome if this happened or that happened. So contingency plans is very much part of that module. Phoebe, how many lecture class hours are there typically in a week? So typically you would study 3 modules in a semester. So for each module you have one 1 hour lecture and you have 1 2 hour seminar. So it's 3 hours per module. So you're looking at about 9 hours in a week. So it's not in terms of a 9 to 5, you know, face-to-face delivery. But you're very much, the focus is on you doing some independent research, you know, reading the textbooks, you know, doing some research to prepare you for your seminar, and to kind of, you know, maybe go away and read a case study, do some preparation for worksheets that you have for your seminar as well, or to kind of enhance your knowledge on the topics that have been covered in class that week. So 9 hours in total would be what you're looking at in terms of contact time. Okay, Yuri, can students entering third year study abroad, or do you need to have studied the other 2 courses in QMU? If you are coming in as a direct entrant into year 3, unfortunately you would not be able to do a semester abroad, because one of our current, I suppose, guidelines for undertaking a study abroad is that you have to have completed a year at Queen Margaret University. So for students who are coming into first year or second year, you know, as long as you've been here for a year, you can go for a semester abroad in your following year. So study abroad is open to any students who are coming into level 1 or level 2. And sadly not for level 3, because your 4th year is really where it really counts, and that's where your classification for your honours degree takes place. So, you know, all your marks are really, really important. So unfortunately we can't really facilitate a study abroad when you then move on into 4th year. Sorry about that. Bryony, what are the industry magazine sites we should look at? I generally would say, you know, try and read around what's happening at the moment. Obviously look at kind of credible sites, don't look at the Sun or the Metro. You know, look at, you know, what's going on in the world of events in terms of, you know, how they're dealing with the music festivals that have been cancelled. Are they postponing them? So just have a wee read around, you know, what's going on at the moment with the current situation, so you're quite informed, you know, before you start your programme. Okay, Phoebe is asking, how is the course assessed? Well, I suppose the beauty for the programme is it's a range of different types of assessments that you'll be using. So it's not like you're going to be having exams for every single module. So it really depends on the module that you're taking. So you will have exams for some modules, but not all. Exams tend to be more predominant within the first year, but not for every single module. You'll have essays, you'll have reports, you'll have presentations, you'll do group work. You'll be assessed on your live event. You'll probably do some reflective reports as well. You'll do some poster presentations. So, you know, there's a wide range of different assessment methods that we use at Queen Margaret University as well. So, you know, it'll kind of give you that really good broad transferable skills that you're ready then when you go into the workplace, that you can write the reports. You can write reports for a wide range of different stakeholders as well. And you've got, you know, confidence and ability to present, you know, individually or as a part of a group. You've got, you know, the ability to work as a team or work independently as well. So it's all about kind of building those transferable skills that will really help sell you when you eventually graduate from Queen Margaret University. So Bryony, you're asking about, for the live event, can you get a client? So in terms of how the live event works for our second year module, so the second year module is, you'll have for semester 1, you'll work in groups and you'll come up with your idea for your live event. So I'm trying to think of examples we've had in the past. We've had, you know, fashion shows, we've had magician shows, we've had like concerts, obviously on a smaller scale as well. So, you know, it's really about you working within your group to kind of identify the idea that you're really keen to, turn it into a live event. So that's the kind of semester one. It's all about the planning, the production, the project management. You're looking at your budgets, making sure you've got enough people to, staff the event. And then your semester two is actually working on bringing that live event to life as well. So, it is a live event. You have to source the venue, you have to, source all the kind of support stuff that you need in terms of your equipment or, the staff and so on. So, you can have a really kind of free range in terms of what you want to do for your live event. So, Bryony, you're saying you work within the housing sector and might be able to link with them. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so obviously it's a group effort, so there's no reason why you couldn't propose to do your live event based around the housing sector. And quite often, most of the live event, it's all about raising money, and it's about where you then want to kind of direct the funds that you've raised as part of the live event as well. So it might be that, if it's a third sector, charity sector, in terms of the housing sector, your housing organisation, you're able to then actually give them some money to support them as an organisation. So it's a really, really useful module. It helps you kind of put your skills into practice in terms of managing a smaller scale event, but working within a project team as well. Marcus, you're asking, are there any elective modules throughout the course? Yes, so you'll have an elective to pick. I think you have one in your programme in semester two of your third year. So some of the modules that are open as the elective modules are quite varied. So you can pick from attractions management. So that module is all about how to manage large scale attractions like Edinburgh Zoo. So it's quite related to your choice of your degree. We also have contemporary food and drink. So if you're a bit of a foodie, I love my food, love my wine. So this is a great module as well. So a lot of the students who really love food love this module because it's all about kind of like sharing your love of food and how food kind of is at that kind of central part of our communication with each other and, in organisations as well, and exposed to the hospitality sector as well. So another one is sustainable development. So that's really, if you have a particular passion for sustainability, then that might be an elective module for you. And I'm trying to think. And another one is entrepreneurial finance. So if you're all about the numbers, want to learn more in terms of, what kind of capital do you need for starting up your own business? Maybe if you're looking to go into consultancy or starting up your own events management organisation, then that might be a module for you to take. So there's a wide range of different varieties, and you have like free scope to pick those elective modules that are of interest to you. So Bryony, are there links with tourism? Absolutely. So you will find that some of your modules will link quite closely with the tourism, hospitality and tourism management programme. So a lot of it, when you're looking at events, it's all about tourism, inward tourism, and how they kind of contribute to events and kind of event attendees. So there are links throughout the programme with a lot of the tourism modules. Okay, Bryony, you're asking about exchanges. Where are there strong links for international exchanges? So for the third year exchange, you can go on a semester abroad in semester 1 or 2. It's really up to you. So we have lots and lots of good partner institutions that you can visit. So, whether you're interested in going to a university in Europe, so we've got Germany, I think France, Sweden, Finland, I'm trying to think other places, Spain. So there's a lot in Europe. We also have like North America, Canada is a really popular one, Australia, Hong Kong. There's a wide range of different places that you can do for your exchange. It is only one semester. On the business management programme, we have had a couple of students who've actually gone away for 2 semesters, so not in terms of the full year, but they have undertaken their semester abroad in the second year, and then they went on a further semester abroad in third year as well. So that's absolutely open to you. We can facilitate that if you prefer to go for 2 semesters. It generally does not take place over the full academic year. However, that doesn't mean that it can't happen. So it's just all about ensuring that we find a good match with the modules that you're supposed to be doing whilst you're at Queen Margaret University, and making sure that those would be covered whilst you're on your exchange. So it's not just a big jolly where you can do any random subjects. We have to find a good kind of match with what you would be doing whilst you're on campus in Edinburgh versus what you would be doing in your exchange institution wherever you go. Bryony, I would love 2 semesters. I have done a full 3rd year abroad before, and it was an amazing experience. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's one of the things that I wish I had done when I was a student, was to do a semester abroad, and I'd absolutely love seeing the students when they've come back from their semester abroad. They're just so different. They're just, their enthusiasm and their confidence has just grown so much whilst they've been on that semester abroad, because they've learned quite a lot about themselves in a strange setting. They've adapted well to it, and they've been exposed to a different range of kind of teaching styles as well, and different content as well. So it is an amazing experience. Definitely 100% students who've gone on semester abroad, I don't think I can recall any student that's had really poor experience. So it's something that we strongly encourage students to consider, is to undertake a semester abroad. Phoebe, roughly how much industry experience do students get each year? They get a lot of the events and festivals management students, they get exposed to industry experience across each year of the programme. So probably less so in 1st year, because it's all about that developing that foundation for your programme. 2nd year, it's about the live event, and so you can, you get that experience. So you'll be working with stakeholders, with the venues, working with staff, and so you will be getting industry experience there. And we tend to use quite a lot of guest speakers who'll come in and kind of contribute to some of the content that you're doing across your events modules as well. So the events and festivals management team, they've got some really strong links with some of the big organisations, particularly those based within Edinburgh. So they utilise that quite well within each of the modules that are being delivered. So you'll get exposed to a lot of these industry contacts. They'll help with networking, and obviously you've got your placement as well, which should give you some industry experience before you're ready to graduate. I just want to kind of take the opportunity to say thanks for coming to this session, and I hope to see you all on campus when you start your events and festivals management programme. Okay, thank you.